So yeah, Mr. Annor, welcome to my Frappepreneur show. And yeah, thanks for connecting and sharing your journey here with us. So I would like to start with what Powersoft means because you have founded that. So what actually Powersoft is?
Thank you very much, Kavya, and I'm very happy and excited to be here. Um, well, first of all, my name is Amapoli Kabna Annor, and I'm the founder of Powersoft. I'm a digital entrepreneur and implementation strategist. Um, what Powersoft simply does is that it helps to lead in digital transformation. In this, we empower businesses by providing them with a myriad of solutions from HR and payroll, financial accounting system, inventory management, supply chain as well. And then we also support different domains, like talk about the hospitality sector, like implementing solution for hotel management as well as a restaurant management as well. And then other domains like retail. We have recently also been implementing solutions in the healthcare industry as well. So overall, we help businesses to help transform them in terms of automating their needs.
Okay. So how many years you are an entrepreneur? Like?
Over a decade, I have run Powersoft in terms of leading various businesses in terms of automating various solutions for sure. So we can talk about almost over 15 to 18 years now for sure.
Oh, that's great actually. It's a decade, right? Like you had a variety of experience, correct? That's great. So what about Frappe? How you identified it? Frappe framework.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you a story about that. I think we were, of course, working with so many solutions. Like I mentioned, we had in-house solutions like easy restaurant management system and other solutions, right? And then various inventory solutions that we were having. But along the line, one of our clients actually based in Ghana, but with a head office in France, right? They were looking for a complete inventory management solution. Okay, they have various warehouses, and then they needed to some special functionality that required them to sort of evaluate the value the stock, right, with a fixed exchange rate within the period. But what happens with most of the systems is that for every transaction that you do, you will have a certain, how do you call it, exchange rate that if you are working with multi-currency, you need to sort of value it back to your home currency and all of that. But the solution that we had in-house, the challenge was that you need to, it wasn't able to sort of fix a particular exchange rate, right, across the month. So what is essentially needed was that whatever be the various or differences in exchange rate along the month, they needed to sort of run a common exchange rate that sort of needs to open the document already submitted or closed, right? And then sort of revalue them. And that was something that I have not come across. So I try to go across the globe, right, in trying to look for what solution can sort of do this, right? It was very a tricky and difficult journey for sure. So, but I think even if the solution didn't exist, I was happy to embrace a solution that doesn't need to go through the wire in terms of trying to develop anything. Okay. And that is where I will say that I met my wife, Frappe, because at that point of time, it looks like most of the solutions that were there were rigid, hard coded, even.
Yeah, correct. Actually, since I collaborated with you in the last 6 months, I see your journey. Like you are like good in analytics, and you are doing effective R&D, not a random R&D thing. Because when I see your requirement documents and all, it's bit like quite handling with all the use cases that can happen in the real time, correct? That's the main thing, because if when you identify a problem, you should not straightly go into building the product. You know, to experience the industry first. And as you mentioned, you analyzed various products across the country. Like you're mentioning the giants in the specific country, and you explored it, and then identified a final solution with the Frappe. That's a great thing actually. So I want to see the demo of it, because the hero of the entire show is KDS. So can you share your screen and showcase the demo of it? Yeah.
First of all, I would like to share some of the enhancements we made in POS Awesome. So before then, I would like to take you through, let's say, some of the few features that we made as enhancement, like I mentioned. For example, we try to make provision for the option to be able to sort of select server, so that this is more or less like waiter management system, where you can define various waiters in the system and define various tables also as the system. Further to this also, in a typical restaurant, typical or most restaurant systems, you don't want to give them permission, even though people have permission to sort of cancel like orders, right? Even those administrators or supervisors, you still want them to be able to sort of not like give a reason in terms of the document comment section, but to be able to select from a predefined list, or they can create their own sort of reason. Because in the ordering processes, most of the restaurateurs want to sort of track like some form of audit and see what happened to this order, what was the starting stage, and what really happened to it. Is it like some food went on waste, or the customer was in a hurry and did not left, or the food delayed in preparation and all of that. We also try to set in POS Awesome, you notice that everybody can sort of take payment and all of that, and everybody can. We didn't want everybody to have access to all orders and tables, because there are some restaurants that can typically operate like waiter A should not be able to see orders on table 1. Okay, something like this. So we try to include this sort of policies in POS Awesome. So what I would do is that this is the kitchen display for sure. What I will be doing is that I have just one order. I will place an order for you to see how it works. And before I will do that also, I would like to also share some of the cool functionalities that we have. We have it inbuilt in the kitchen display. So yeah, this is the kitchen display. I forgot to also mention that as part of the POS, we also built some kind of day close. Day close basically means some restaurants at 12, let's say midnight, they don't want to say that the day has ended. They want sales belonging to 2 a.m. in midnight to be part of the previous day. So this allows the POS to sort of run within this, so that all orders coming still belongs to the previous day, right, for accounting purposes. So depending on the use case, it can be used or may not be used depending on the type of restaurant. So we have what we call, first of all, KDS profiles. So the KDS profiles, like you can see from here, typically allows the end user or to sort of define various preparation areas in their restaurant. So whether it's a quick serving restaurant, or it's a cafe, or it's a typical dining or fine dining, you can define preparation areas like maybe this is the pastry, for example, pastry screen, or this is that particular screen. So here, these are just samples to say that this is a food screen for the kitchen at airport, right? You can also say this is the drink screen or a bar screen, like, so basically you can define unlimited screens in the system, okay? So that this way, when orders are coming from the kitchen, we cannot typically say that, okay, this order goes to screen 1 or screen 2. So chefs can see their designated incoming orders, and accordingly they will not be distracted, look at their screen and then prepare the order. So within a preparation area, you can define, this is so flexible that I give a lot of recommendation to Vintrosis team, as the team was versatile to understand the innovation that we wanted to put here. So we have tried to make the background color. So you can define your own background color, text color. You can set the number of KDS print, and then screen. And in the event, some restaurants want to just take a printout and keep the record for few restaurants, right? And then you can also sort of define your policies in terms of what is the average time for preparation. One of the cool features is that you can actually set that for this particular, which screen should it go? For example, we can say all foods, for example. The same way we can say all pie should go to the pie screen. So this is the logic here. And you can define which users should have access to various locations and which user should be able to authorize the order if you want to do authorization of orders. And then we have some other cool features to say whether the KDS should display the server name, order name, and the sales invoice number and all of that. So this whole thing is integrated with the happiness selling model, whereby order from the POS go to the kitchen display screen, and then an invoice is created, and then there's a connection to the KDS or kitchen display document as well as the sales invoice as well. This is also a cool feature like a customer display, whereby it's not only the kitchen that will see the incoming orders, but customers may also be able to see the status of the various orders, whether it's ready and it's in preparation stage and all of that. One other good features that we have in the kitchen display is that you can set various kitchen order stages. For example, we can say that when an order is first of all comes in, we will set its background color and then the test color, and then we can say that this is the first stage and it goes through an authorization stage, right? And from the authorization stage, the next stage is a preparing stage, right? Okay. And this is to alert us if we are exceeding the time for sure. So you can obviously set from preparation stage also what is the color for preparation stage and whether it requires authorization or not. It's very flexible. And then you can also set the next stage like, okay, from that stage, you should move to the ready stage. And from the ready stage, obviously, you can also set that is the done stage. So that is the time at that point, then the food, and you can set a sequence for it as well. There is one awesome feature also, which most solutions doesn't have, and it's a sound alert, right? So whenever there is a new incoming order, you can set. So this is not rigid. Any solution that we try to build, we try to give the power to the end users and then also to the business to make what really will work for their business. So here, any tech professional or even any restaurant out there that will end up using this solution, they can set their own preferred sound, like an MP3, so that when an order comes to the kitchen, they get a sound. This helps and goes a long way to alert the chefs so that they know that there's a new incoming order at any point of time. We're working on enhancing this to sort of include when even the orders get modified, probably a different sound, and when the orders get canceled. So this is also to help in digital communication at the kitchen. So with these features in mind, I would like to go ahead and launch the POS and then try to simulate a situation like a new incoming order, how it ends up in the kitchen, and then how the bill gets created. Okay?
Got it. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so you find that over here, there are some features like the transfer or split that I talked about, which is typically a handy solution for like the restaurateurs. So let's say you have an incoming guest or customer, right? Depends on the restaurant. They may choose to sort of create the customer profile details here if they want. For quick serving restaurants that don't want to track customer names for sure, they typically may maintain one customer like a walk-in. So both situations, this depends on the type of restaurant and the internal policy. So whatever be the order, for sure they can just select whatever items that they want like this, and then they can also easily filter. You will notice that some restaurants, of course, want to work with a typical like image sort of display system. So they can also sort of go with this option whereby they can have the pictures of the foods over here like that. So I will proceed to just, what I want to do at this point is just select something like a drink, like this pineapple juice, and then probably a club beer, for example, and then maybe this Coke. So what I want to demonstrate here is that this is a case like customer will order, let's say, 2 of these fried Singaporean noodles and then some drinks and then still some food items. So we want to simulate a process like when the order is made, it will get splitted, right, to a food screen and then a bar screen, okay? Like I said, this can be expanded to different types of entities in the hospitality sector that may probably do pastry or do some different sort of food items. So over here, depending, if it's a waiter that is using this solution, they will have to select the table, like table 1. So normally this is also another cool feature whereby those in red just indicate that this table is what occupied, right? So we have a setting that says that, hey, if the table is occupied, you cannot take a new order on the table. 2 restaurants, like I said, are never the same. There are some restaurants that give room to say that if a table is occupied, a fine dining, if the table is occupied and somebody wants to add extra order on the same table, they typically need to recall or edit the order and add on top. That's more or less like editing the order, right? But some restaurants also can say that, hey, maybe Caviar, you're sitting on table 1. I don't know you, but I will still come and sit on table 1, right? Some restaurants don't entertain that, some restaurants entertain that. Again, we have incorporated this kind of business processes depending on the use case in our configuration settings in the POS or some as an enhanced version of the POS or some. So these cool features are there for sure that you can leverage on it. So here I go for this. And then for the waiter, once they log in, we have several restrictions. It's not like they need to now come and select their name. Over here, because I'm using the administrator account, I can select whichever waiter that I want, right? So these are the things that sort of happen. So in the typical, on the ground, typically once a waiter take a tablet, they place their order, and once they log into, to place their order, once they log into the POS, their name will automatically be selected at the waiter or server side. All they need to do is to select the table that they want to place the order. And where table restriction has been made in this system, they will not be able to select a vacant table because that table, they will be able to select a vacant table that they place the order on their own.
Okay.
Means if the table order that was taken was made by another user, like user B, the system will prompt them with a message that, like, sorry, you cannot work with this table because this table is being managed by this server. So it depends. Both cases we can handle, depending on the type of restaurant. So at this point, there's still a restriction, like I showed you in the POS profile, whereby waiters may not see this pay button. It is reserved for cashiers, for example. So another feature that we also made was to make sure that in a typical dine-in, once the waiter clicks on save, then means the order is confirmed. So at that point, it goes to the kitchen display automatically, right? So I'll proceed and click on this save a new button like this. So if you heard any beep sound, it's just a confirmation that there is a new order at the kitchen. So it goes to the KDS screw traders. So this was the initial one over here, which is, this was the initial one. And then this is the new one. 1 second. So if you look at this screen, you will notice that these are only the food items. The Coke, the beer, and the drinks have gone to the bar screen. So what will happen is that simultaneously, if you have your kitchen running, they would have seen this incoming order with food items. And then another screen, and we have the flexibility to say that maybe maybe the F&B manager should have access to all screens, but in the bar, the barman should only have access to the drink screen. So let's say if the barman switch. So in the bar, how do you call it, barman at the bar section, they will only be able to sort of, how will I call it, see this, right? That's what will happen. Just a moment. Not sure why this. Yeah, so this is the drink screen. So you will find that this was 1 minute ago, 2 pineapple and all of that, right? So you can have different preparation stages for the bar. You can see here just show receipt. Maybe it doesn't need to go through any authorization. Whereas for the for the food screen at the airport, it can go through different preparation streams. So this is it for that, right? So what happened typically is that in the KDS, you will find that the new order that came, we have a document maintaining that. Like, for example, 1 minute ago, we had order 258, right?
Okay.
Like this.
Kind of
and then we are also showing, yeah, we are also showing details like, it is linked to what sales invoice. So obviously a sales invoice creates also automatically here. And the sales invoice that get created will also be linked with the KDS number in connections. You'll find it is linked with one KDS. So in the KDS document, the end user may find all the details of the item over here. And of course, if you wanted to even edit this, you'll find that we are maintaining various status for each item at each line, at the line level, right? So going back to the KDS, the processes that is involved includes one, depending on the type of restaurant, we built a cool feature whereby if they want to sort of authorize it at line item, they can do it like this, like the way I click on this and it got cancelled, right? You can also click. So when you click on the second one like this, it means that almost all of them. So here, what I would do typically is that I will try to click on this authorize. And depending on the type of restaurant, some restaurant, they want to get an automatic print out of this. So this is not mandatory. It can sort of be disabled. So when I authorize this, I wouldn't print this for sure. But once I authorize this, what happens is that it will go straight to the next stage.
Okay, the next
so
stage.
Authorization is not mandatory. If you are a type of restaurant that you don't need authorization, it's not mandatory. It's highly configurable. Okay. So you can see this 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, and 3 minutes. So over here, at the preparing stage, the chef is preparing the food. And let's say it's a fine dining. So they have finished preparing, let's say, 3 of the assorted fried rice, right? They can mark this one as completed, like this. And then that food can be dispatched to the guest or customer, right? So depending on the restaurant, if they want to go in terms of bumping the orders on line item level, it's possible. If they want to do like this kind of process, it's possible. So I will untick this like this. And if they want to sort of mark the entire thing as maybe the preparing is ready, they just simply need to click on this green area like this, the entire order will move to the ready stage, okay? So in some restaurants, they have multiple screens, for example. If you talk about McDonald's, talk about KFC, there are so many multiple screens. So this is sort of adapted to the same level, whereby maybe there is what we call like, maybe the person that needs to sort of check, call the checker to check whether the food is ready. They may have a small screen close to them that when the chef has finished preparing the screen and then they click on this green area like this, the order moves to the next stage. So it will show on the checker kind of mode or checker screen for them to see that, oh, we have one new order sort of ready that we need to sort of set. So it depends. Where they can choose to do it at line item level, or they can choose to do it at the entire order level, because it depends. As at when a food is prepared, it can be sort of moved out of the kitchen at one at a time, right? Or all the others at a time. So once the checker checks the food, inspects it, let's say everything is good, they can choose to sort of, they just need to click here, mark as done, over here. So they can also do like, again, line item, the flexibility is there. So over here at the kitchen display, the order number is here at the top, the table number is there, the server name is there, how long the order has been in queue will also be there, and with the link invoice number will also be there. Once the market has done over here, then definitely this record, which is in queue, will change to done status, right? And then one of the cool features that we also did was to try to communicate this. You can see over here that there is another status over here, say order received, means it's at the kitchen. If they mark the order as delivered to the customer, it will show to them, it will show it will think the status of like there is a custom order status for the cashier to communicate to whoever is doing the billing, right? That, hey, this order is finally confirmed or given to the customer. So maybe you should be thinking and preparing ahead. Your mind said that soon you may need to make an invoice or the final bill to that particular guest. So over here, what I will do is that I'll mark this order as done like this, and it leaves the ordering queue system, and then this status obviously also sort of typically will sort of refresh automatically. You don't need to sort of refresh anything. It will change normally for this kind of thing whenever it is sort of done, right? So that is the process in terms of moving from this to that. But I forgot, I think that the status you can see is still in queue, because there is at the drink section the order to be sort of completed, right? But because it's not completed, that's why you have the status here. So typically what happens is that if you were to inspect this order at a line item, you would have seen that it shows here this food is done and it is ready. But if you are to inspect the drinks, like this Coca-Cola, for example, it shows waiting. Means it's not sort of completed over there. Yeah, so normally once that is sort of completed, then so here, once that is sort of completed, and then they also mark it as done from here, then you may have the how do you call it, the status sort of changing to done over here.
Okay,
so
that's great.
That's how typically it's sort of work. And then from here, it becomes a handy solution whereby either directly from the POS, they can take their order or not. So back to the POS also, there were other cool features that we sort of have built in. Like, for example, if some end user wanted to sort of do something like, for example, maybe just, for example, let me just do one quick order like this and sort of save it. And then in the event, they wanted to sort of maybe do something like they wanted to kind of do a transfer or split. I just want to sort of explain how that sort of works out. So let's say there is another save, like from this help button, we built on extra functionalities like for ease of use, like it will display today's invoices only or today's orders only. So you can see from here, if you have a waiter having a tablet, they can easily see search by the table number, like table number T7 easily. They can also search by the order number like 260 like this. And depending on however they want to operate, they can do some functions like, okay, they want to select this, let's say, sort of order. Maybe they can select this order and recall it, right? And if they select this order and recall, so let's say I have, let me switch to this screen, like full screen. And if I have an order like maybe, just a second, let's say this T7, let me see what is in this T7 fried rice. Yeah, this one. So even in this one, though it has split to different screens, if the end user should add this assorted fried rice like this, two of it, right? Yeah, so this is like editing this T7 table 7 in order to add more. So once they will just click on this save button, what it will do is that instead of it to, we are adding on top, right, to this order. But in case this order was in the preparation stage, I think because this, let's assume this order is in the preparation stage, just a second.
Yeah, sure.
This one is 260 is in the preparation stage. So whilst it's in the preparation stage, for example, it has moved from the authorization stage. And then again, let's say the customer says that add some extra things for me, right? Like maybe this food is so sweet. Can you add maybe for example, like maybe let's say this assorted jollof, 2 of that. Once they click on save, what we have done here is that in this case, not to distract the chefs at the kitchen, we will have the same order number coming over here as an incoming order over here, but it is still linked to the sort of main one. You can choose to consolidate it if you like, right? So these are some of the cool features that we have built over there. And if anybody wanted to sort of do, how do you call it? Maybe
is, okay.
Any transfer or split, they could have selected another like this and choose transfer or split like this. And this is where they can select the table they like table 8. They want to sort of transfer either maybe this item, one quantity of it like this, and then the amount gets adjusted, right? They can also go for this and that and say they want to split it, or so they can move the entire bill to another table and consolidate it with another order. They can also choose to sort of remove partial of the items, and these are cool features that we have built in this kitchen display that is working amazingly great for most restaurants here. So I guess got an idea how this is working out, right?
Yeah, it's really good actually so far. So you are mentioning like I thought like when I invite you to this demo, like I made a preparation on myself. I want to just hear as a end user point of view. Okay, what I feel is after this demo, it is completely a personalized one. Like everything here is a configurable, right? Like status I can set, and even the sounds also like they can set. Correct. So this gives more flexibility as an end user. So that is one thing. And then like the second thing is you handle multiple use cases. I like the feature, the transfer and split, how it works. Like it's more likely a market ready product in my point of view, because this transfer or split is a common thing, right? Like as a customer they will order something, like after they order something, so it will be a bunch of it, and it should not affect the chef side also. So in that side you split it as a 2 KOT and present it to them, right? So yeah, that's where it's really a great UX as well, in point of like user experience. There are so many things like I can set the the color of the background, so that is great actually. So in total it is more flexible in my point of view. But I have a doubt here, like since you split the KOT into two, like you are splitting the items, right? How it is comes to like billing at the end? Is it a single invoice or how it is?
Yeah, great question, and thank you for that. Yeah, so whenever you split the order, for sure, what happens is that you are depending on the type of split that you did, right? So, for example, in this case, you notice that if you want to do a split, okay, and you selected table number 8, okay, it means that here I'm trying to transfer some orders to table number 8. So whatever be the total in terms of the final billing, it will get adjusted typically. So let's say you have two orders, order number 100 and order number 200, and then they may have different amounts. So if you do partial transfer to move few of the items to, let's say, order number 200 or table 2, then it means that what happens behind the scene is like a debit and credit. You typically will reduce the amount of one order and move it to the invoice of one order. And this works for both draft invoices. So typically what will happen is that if you were to look at this invoice, I have 93255, I'm not sure which is it, but if I was to select all of these things and then do a split like this, in the next screen, the system typically want to sort of try to move the items to, let's say, this table. So what is happening is that I'm moving some orders to a certain table, right? They are both draft invoices, so the amount typically will become 675. This is what it's trying to do. So from here, if it is from table number 7, it means that we are moving, let's say, orders from one of the table or one of the invoices to another table or another invoice. So once the end user click on save, like you asked me, it will automatically sort of adjust like the amount, obviously from the draft invoices automatically within just a second. It happens second. So you can see here, it just say now, two things have happened. Here, before it was not 675. It was, I think, 900 or something. And then here also some different amount, I do not remember. So you can do some kind of, it makes this kind of adjustment automatically, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what typically will happen. So normally in the help button, if there is a bill like 675, the how do you call it, the end user, in this case, it can be, let's say, waiter or cashier, depends on who have the permission to do this. They can come and search for the table or the order number like I demonstrated and say, I want to move some of the orders from this to, let's say, this 1320. So you can see we have 1320. So 1320 is, I think, table number 1. So if they say T8, move T8, for example, this is T8, and they will say, try to transfer it to table number 1, for example. They will select table number 1, and what do they want to do? Maybe they want to do all. If all, they just click split. If they want to do partial, like 200, they will just want to move 200 of the amount. Okay, they can just click on this split, and in a second, system will try to split it like this. All they need to do is just to click on this save like this, and then that's it, and the system will try to make the necessary changes. You can see here, the amount have moved from 1,520, okay? Oh. So this kind of changes happens in the system.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's really a time-saving solution for the operations in most of the restaurants. Okay.
Understood. So what about the future plans? Like, actually, this is great. Actually, it is designed use case based thing. So I think many users can get benefited out of it. So what's the future plan of it?
We certainly taking this, trying to take this to the global stage, and because of my experience, I want to make sure that this solution sort of benefit everyone globally, and I am a digital entrepreneur that want to lead in a lot of digital transformation. So one of the things that we're trying to do and we have in mind is that we have seen like so many technologies existing, but there are a lot of started systems and all of that. But we think making technology should be easy to use. So we're planning of having this in a kiosk sort of trying to revolutionize the POS and try to, first of all, have it in a kiosk sort of model whereby anybody walks into, like, say, maybe a hospitality scenario like a hotel with a restaurant, and then maybe they just want to have some kind of kiosk screen whereby the guests can sort of try to take their orders. And also, number two, we also know that, AI is here to stay. So we're trying to look into the future to try to include AI assistant in the when it comes to the queue management at the order level at the kitchen, and also even at the ordering stages and all, to try to help a lot of restaurateurs to be able to sort of increase and improve their customer satisfaction and delivery sort of levels as far as this is sort of concerned, right? At the moment, I think we still in the future, we looking at making this solution open source so that it will be beneficial to the community at a large scale, and then we can even have more input and even make it one of the best solutions out there. So we have quite a lot of things in plan, but we'll be rolling out step by step along the way whilst working with the Introsys team as well.
Understood. Actually, it's a great future plan actually, because when you mentioned kiosk, it will be a game changer for this product, because it's already personalized. When you give it as a kiosk, it will be more personalized. And good to know that you are open sourcing it and launching in the marketplace soon, and all the best for it. And I think with this we come to an end, and thanks for the great demo, and thanks for connecting with us and share the knowledge. So would you like to say something? How was hope you enjoyed it.
Was good. Thanks so much. A lot. It was a good time. For sure. I think that gives us more exposure also, for sure. And I think most of the appreciation still goes back to you for making it possible.
Correct.
With you, things are possible.
Definitely we can work together. No issues. Yeah. So looking forward for this product to be launched in the open source cycle, and we are welcome to Frappe. We are happy to have
Yeah,
this
yeah,
product in the.
yeah. Trust me, good things will happen. We want to sort of. I think you guys developing. We have worked with different sort of few people, but I think you guys, when you develop something, you normally do good quality assurance check, and that's one of the things that personally I like most. It saves our time, so it goes a long way to help. So we really have you in mind with most of the serious things. For small things, maybe we can have some other persons to do, but very serious things we have in mind. But I want to sort of scale this not only in this area, but I think even if you take Europe, for sure, healthcare is something that is always in need. So we want to sort of champion so many things, and I am really passionate about it. But I think first things first. So I just want to assure you on this call that hey, I have you guys in mind, and let's see where the relationship takes us. I believe that you guys will be good partner to us, and it shall be fine for sure. So, how did you find the interview? Was it okay?
Yeah, actually it's great. When you show the product and you shared your experience, right? Like experience of building the company and how you identified the products and all. So actually it's very beneficial to the audience, and for myself also I get lots of knowledge from you, like how you approach how you approach the small things and how little things matters to the customer. So that is where the business grows, right? In that angle it is great, great show.
Oh,
actually.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, I was just wondering whether it will be a good video out there or not. But if you say you have the experience doing this, but if you say it's good, fine. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely it is
Okay.
coming out very good. No issues. Yeah. We'll make it
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to connect with you because I think, yeah, we never met before. So